Happy Monday. Hope everybody is well today. Man, today's been a good day. It is very warm outside again. So I want to talk about focusing not so much on results and focusing on the process. And it's funny enough, I've had several conversations today with people who have been saying I'm having anxiety over the results. I was planning on doing this video when I woke up this morning before I had any of those conversations. So if you were part of those conversations, you were already on my mind. I want to let you know that. Here's why. I have been probably the past month extremely consumed with results. My tendency, my personality is to look at the results. I think it comes from growing up and playing so many sports. Is when you're in sports, you look at the scoreboard, you look at win-loss, maybe you look at your stats, you look at all of these things. And not often enough do we take time aside from the win-loss, the scoreboard, and we look at what are our habits like? What are our processes like? And I never forget about this. Like, take Kobe Bryant, for instance, okay? Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan all lost games, every single one of them. They all lost big games, important games. Kobe Bryant lost championship games. And yet, regardless if they won or lost, they were still in the facility the next day at practice. They still showed up to practice. And I think the great ones, they don't get consumed with, did I get X amount of leads last week? Did I close X amount of business last week? That stuff's really important, right? Like, no question about it. We should be tracking those things. But when we get consumed with it, whether it's the results aren't coming and I'm frustrated, or whether it's the results are coming and I feel like a rock star, the problem is both of those mindsets lead to I'm not going to do the work. Either I'm not going to do the work because I'm too frustrated that I'm not seeing the results I want, or I'm not going to do the work because look how great I am. We have to be focused on, all right, my mission today is on Mondays for me, I call real estate agents. If you're one of my agents, you get a call today. On Tuesdays, I do status update calls. I'm looking at what is on my agenda today that is based on my system. I don't care if your system is, I do care. Please don't pay for Zillow. But if that's your system, that's your system. So if your system is I pay for Zillow and I'm going to, constantly be available and focus on making those calls, that's fine. But that needs to be what you're doing day in and day out. That needs to be your focus. I'll be quite honest with you. I don't have 100% security all the time that what I'm doing is going to work. Now, I do know, because I've seen other people do it, that if I do the work, the results will come. I know that's going to happen. But I don't always feel that in the moment, if I do this, I'm going to see the results, because I'm looking back on what the results are, right? I'm consuming myself with either results are great or the results are bad. But when I can just say, all right, you know what? I don't care if the results come today or tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to consume myself with, this is the next thing I got to do. This is the next person I got to call. This is the next conversation I got to have. This is the next thing I got to do. This is the next prospecting objective on my agenda. This is the next thing on my task list. And I can be focused on what's in front of me and what is in the process. I know the results will come. So I will tell you that today's probably been the best day I've had in about 5 or 6 weeks in the business. I have not, until just now, I had not looked at any of what was coming in, what I produced, or any of that. And it's great, but tomorrow I'm going to come in at the same time. I'm going to get my status update calls done, because I'm more focused on, and I view the process as way more important than what the results are right now. So I think that stuff is really, really important, that we can consume ourselves with the process. I said last week, I said on Friday, that we're in the second half of the year. So if you had a bad first half, right? If you had a bad first half where you came out and you're not getting the leads, here's the great thing. This is the second half. This is a fresh start. Forget it all. If you didn't make your prospecting calls, if you're screwed up, forget it. Okay? This is your opportunity for redemption. And if you had a great first half, that's phenomenal. Celebrate and move on quick, because you got a second half that you have to get through, or else you're going to put risking losing the year at stake. So anyways, there's your Monday motivation. Keep the faith. Stay focused on the process. Y'all have a wonderful Monday.